Hello everyone, Welsh Witch here with my lovely new cloak, which I hope you all like. You can't see it so well in this light. I've gone for a candlelit video to create some ambience. It's black velvet with red satin. I've brought it ready for Three Wishes Fairy Fest, but I have been using it kind of ritualistically, I suppose, with my praying at my Morrigan altar, and that's what this video is about. Not just my altar, but this is about the Morrigan so far and my journey with her. I have here this lovely drawing painting by Lower Daligan. This is a print that I bought, and I will put in a link here to her Etsy so that you can see her shop and you can buy these prints. I also bought one of Morgan the Fae, which is on the wall by there, so I can't show it to you, but it is beautiful. And I felt that if I was going to build an altar to the Morrigan, it needed a strong centerpiece, and I thought that this would be perfect, and it is. My altar's nothing fancy. There's a tiger's eye, an amethyst, and a piece of snow quartz on there, a couple of feathers, and I think that's it. It's over there, which is why I'm checking. And there is my lovely wand sits in front of it as well. Now, I don't know any spells or prayers as such, because I think that if you're going to be praying to a god or goddess, or the god or goddess, it should come from within, and it should be your own words. Obviously you can tail end it with blessed be, so mote it be, merry meet, merry part, merry meet again, which is fine. Usually what I have been doing with my altar is I light candles, I burn some incense, I bless some salt and water with my wand. I then put the salt in the water and I bless the altar with it, because obviously air represents earth and water, and then I use the incense to bless the space. And there's 2 tea candles on the altar as well, so then that represents obviously fire, and then the incense is air, and there's the feathers present for air as well. And then I say, I usually point my wand at the altar as well, because I really try to get into a good frame of mind and a very as spiritual a state as I can get into. And I say something along the lines of, I tend to draw a pentacle with my wand in front of the centerpiece, and I say something along the lines of, from north, south, east and west, through air, water, fire and earth, I invoke the Morrigan, share with me what you will. And then I just stand there and I wait. I don't do any thinking. I really just try to clear my mind, which tends to happen actually. When I'm there and I've done that at the altar, there is nothing in my head, which makes me sound quite stupid. But what I mean is that I don't have to purposefully think, oh, I need to clear my mind of everything. I need to squish all the writery other crap that's in my head out of there, because it's already gone. And then different things come to me. The other night is what I would really like to talk about. I decided to cast a circle, and I made sure I cast it around the altar as well. So I did that. I blessed the circle, and then I prayed, and I actually prayed for a friend who has some really cool I am so sorry if you heard that outside. There's someone swearing their head off outside. But anyway, I decided, my friend's got some cool career prospects coming up, and I said a little prayer for her, you know, just because I want everything to go really well for her. And then I found myself, as I've mentioned a few times, I always find a way to mention it, animal totems. Now, I have my totem animal that is always with me. This is like my spirit guide, which is a alpha wolf. And I actually meditated along with a drumming session Laura Dallaghan did on Psychic Today. I think it was last week sometime. And I found my wolf's name, which is Talis. And when I was praying the other night to the Morrigan altar, Talis came to me and was very, you know, kind of nudging me about a bit and going, "Oi, look, I've got something to show you." And I felt that there was other animals present. And Talis was just sort of like the guide saying, "You should see what else has come here today to visit you." And there was a crow for like a moment, which I think was the Morrigan's way of saying, "Yeah, I'm here, I'm listening. This spirit guide, this crow is here just so that you know I am here, I'm listening." And then an owl. There was a big, beautiful brown owl that seemed very prevalent and kind of, you know, wrapping me about a bit and saying, well, not saying anything because it's an owl. It felt like it was just sort of, you know, nudging me to import some sort of wisdom. That's what it felt like anyway. And that was very short-lived. It kind of buggered off after that, and then Talis stayed around for a bit, and then he buggered off. And I thought, well, what on earth was that about? So I asked the Morrigan, you know, what exactly was that? What do you want me to do? And all I kept seeing was a book, just a leather book. That was it. Now, the reason I prayed the other night was because, as I have mentioned, at the Three Wishes Fairy Fest, I will be dressing as Boudica, which is kind of my nod to the Morrigan. And I think actually, in my outfit, I probably look a bit like a sort of Morrigan warrior Boudica crossover somewhere. But yeah, I was hoping that maybe she could impart something to me to do with that, and seeing as I got the lovely new cloak. But she had something else to say to me, and my sister gave me all these pieces of leather to so that I could make stuff for my costume, and I made some cool band braces. And I had some other bits left over, and I was thinking, you know, to the Morrigan, is there anything creative I can do? Can you, you know, sort of impart some sort of creative inspiration or wisdom to me? There could be something I can make that is going to add to this outfit in honour of you. And instead she kept showing me this just plain leather book. I was thinking, well, what on earth is that? And then I thought, right, I'm not going to go overboard and think about it. I'm just going to relax now, just be with the Morrigan, which is nice. Whenever you pray, you don't actually have to have a motive. You don't have to think, well, I need some inspiration, or I need this, or I need that, or I want to know this, I want to know that, so I'm going to pray. You can just pray because you want to pray. That's what I do it sometimes. And so I was just, you know, calming down and everything. I finished my work at the altar. I opened the circle again. And then I just had this sudden brainwave of how I could make a notebook out of these pieces of leather that my sister had given me. And I being an avid writer, collect fancy leather-bound notebooks or what have you. And the Morrigan was telling me, you're going to make one, and it's going to be a sort of witch's diary for you. Now, I already had a witch's diary, which was a little white diary, which is over there somewhere. And yeah, there it is, sorry. But I never felt really drawn to it. It's not much of a connection with it. But this book, now I've spent a long time making it, and it's not much. It looks more like a sheath. It looks very sort of Shakespearean. Black leather binding, a bit of red leather, and I just put a bit of rope through it. I got 3 pieces of golden thread and plaited them together, did that twice, and made these 2 things so I could tie the book up. And the pages, now I have these here, these are just normal pages that I cut to size so they would fit the notebook. These have as yet to be tea stained because I spent all of Sunday sat there tea staining like 25 pages and then blow drying them with the hairdryer, and then putting them into this binding, which is my book, which I'm now going to show you. And I'm quite proud of it. I hope you can see it well in this light. Yes, yeah, you can. There we are. That's my book. It's made of leather and it has that lovely leather smell. It's got a little bit of red leather by here. And you can sort of see this piece of... I'll hold it up against me because I'm nice and pale. There, you can see this piece of black string and that I used to tie it together. I will undo the golden thread plaits that I made. And here inside now, you can see it's quite loose, which is what I said about it being a sheath, kind of Shakespearean. And I have the tea stains, and I've drawn a pentacle, wrote my name, and I thought a good, sort of a inside cover would be the pagan holidays and their dates. And I've just written notes because I didn't want to like label it Witch's Diary or Book of Shadows. I just thought notes. That's very me. That's very apt. I'm always note making. And inside I've written. Sorry, I'm trying to not set it on fire. I've written a sort of like a spell or a blessing that I said over it, and I just want to read it to you a sec. I made it up. It's not my best rhyming skills, I will admit, but seeing as this is personal to me, I'm not too ashamed of it. It reads as: for those who walk another path, you'll find no evil here. Please read this with an open mind and let go of your fears. From my heart to these pages my thoughts I will relate, and may the wisdom teach my mind to keep this book from hate. Bound and made with my own hands this witch's book is cast. From this day forth and evermore may it record the past. With no ill will or bad intent or cruelty within thee, I bless this book and protect its words. With that I say, so mote it be. So most of it's not bad for rhyming, it's just that end bit could be a bit better, but I'm being picky. So that's my sort of spell blessing that I wrote, and as I said, it's on the first page there. And I felt it was important to do that because I was told to make this book by the Morrigan. And I thought, well, if she's telling me to do it, the least I could do is have the common decency to bless it properly and protect it. I made mention of, please read this with an open mind and let go of your fears, meaning that if anyone that is not of a pagan belief or believes in anything else or is atheist or agnostic, if they read it, that they do it with an open mind. And because this isn't private, I wouldn't mind if people did read it. And I will collect spells and stuff in that. As I've said before, I don't really do spells, but I'm beginning to warm to them. I mean, I've made a wand, I have an altar. And when I say spells, I mean, I'm more sort of for the rituals and the doing, of altars and blessing things, as opposed to, an actual spell for a specific thing. I'm more about the blessings and what have you. But I think it's looking really cool because I thought as well I would use it to record any, any pilgrimage is perhaps that I go on. And obviously, as I have mentioned at the beginning of May, I went to Glastonbury. So I have made this open bit here and I've put my leaflet from Chalice Well in there, and I've just wrote, in very diary fashion my my day in Glastonbury and how awesome it was, and I've just put down there the things I did, and I'm quite happy with how this looks because it's got this foldy out bit, and there's another page somewhere that's looking like it's going to fold out, so it's looking very much like the Book of Practical Magic. Maybe I accidentally intended it to look like that, but that's fine because that's me, and you know, it's my book, so it can look like that if it wants, or if I wanted to. But yeah, so I wanted to share that with you. Now, I am, as I said, I've been working with the Morrigan, and I've never actually worked with a god or goddess before, because to be honest, I wasn't entirely sure, and I am being brutally honest now, I wasn't entirely sure I quite believed in these different entities, and I don't really see them as sort of deities in the way that perhaps, you know, Hinduism, the way they have all their different gods and goddesses. I don't really see it like that. I see, and I know from what I've read as well, that a lot of people think this too, that the Morrigan is an aspect of the goddess. Because the Morrigan is represents battle, death and sex, because those three go together. And I think she's that side of the goddess. She's sort of the ferocious warrior and very feminine. Even though she's a warrior, she's very feminine because, you know, she represents sex. She's kind of like, hey, be yourself, be who you want, it's fine. And yeah, and I think that's kind of what she represents. And I don't know why I'm so drawn to her and that aspect of the goddess. I think perhaps it's because there was, you know, round about the time that I decided to dress up as Boudica for Fairy Fest, the Morrigan just sort of popped up and was like on Facebook. And then I tell you what, the other day was weird. We were watching the French Open tennis, and they were interviewing Andy Murray, and he was on about someone giving him a business card. And I'm in my own world now because I'm not a tennis fan. It was my mum and my sister are watching it. I'm sat there doing whatever I was doing. And he goes, blah, 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 blah. And Morrigan said, and I was like, who? And then he said it again, and I was like, oh, okay, you know, obviously it's just a name. Looked up, and a crow went flying past the window. I was like, oh, right, okay then, so I'm praying tonight, and you know, and that's what happened. And I am seeing blackbirds and crows everywhere, and I mean everywhere. Usually all we bloody see is seagulls because we're on the coast here, not out there, but we're like a stone throw away from the coast really, so we get a lot of gulls. We do in Britain anyway, being a little island, but yeah, I don't usually see so many crows, and I'm seeing them everywhere now, and blackbirds as well, absolutely everywhere. So, you know, I'm guessing this is a sign of, this is her saying, I am listening to you, you are not going mad. And I think that's the odd thing, is when you start working with a goddess or god, and I've seen this from what other people have said, that you do for a moment think, am I going mad? Like, is this actually happening to me? But then you hear what other people have said in their testimonials and things, experiences they've had, and you go, oh, that's kind of like what happened to me. Oh, maybe I'm not crazy. That's good. Or maybe we're all crazy. But if that's fine, we can all be crazy together, and it doesn't harm anyone. So that's fine. That's my outlook on religion. It can be fine so long as you don't harm anyone. Believe what you want. But I believe in this because it's appeared to me and it's real and it is so strong. And sorry, I live around some really strange people. They're being really loud and stupid outside. See, that's the Morrigan part of me there going, go away. But yeah, I just wanted to talk a bit about the Morrigan, and I suppose if I do happen to start working with any god or goddesses, I would talk about them too, but I really don't think I will. I know that sounds daft because I didn't even think I would ever work with the Morrigan. Like I said, I wasn't entirely sure I believed in the god or goddess as such, and still now I kind of see them more as nature. They represent nature, and you know, battle, death and sex are elements of nature, and it's just this, it's like this continual spirit in the earth that comes to you and gives you signs every now and then, like crows, and tells you things like, make a notebook. You know, it's, I don't know, it's strange. Wibbly wobbly, tell me why me. Wibbly wobbly, witchy, twitchy. Little Doctor Who reference there. That was terrible. I do apologise. Anyway, I'm going to go now because I've rattled on for like 20 minutes. And I could talk about my experiences with the Morrigan at length. And if you do want me to talk more at length about the Morrigan, well, my experiences with the Morrigan, just say so and I will, because it might be good for people who are thinking, well, I've never worked with a goddess before, or maybe I've had a few weird little signs like that. Could you tell me a bit more so that I can compare notes? If you want to do that, just say so and I will do another video, or you know, you feel free to message me as well and say, or ask me, you know, ask me your questions and whatever. I don't mind at all. I'm here to help. I also want to thank, and I have, oh my god, this is so bad, I've forgotten his name. It was a lovely guy that messaged me on my Facebook page, and he told me, well, he messaged me in Welsh, and I had to say really rather embarrassingly that I can't actually speak Welsh. And he said it's, he thought that I could because my name on Facebook says Welsh Witch Grat Cymraeg, and the way I've spelt Cymraeg means Welsh language. So my name is, on the translation, is something like Witch Welsh Language. But he showed me the right translation, which is Cymraeg spelt R-E-I-G. So I need to change that, and I will get around to changing it eventually. But thank you for letting me know that, because I'm learning new stuff as well, even if it's about language, and that stops me looking like an idiot for Welsh language speakers. So thank you to Guy who told me that. I might put your name in here because I'll have to find it out. Very sorry that I didn't remember it. My brain's been a bit frazzled today. So yeah, I am going to put my centerpiece back on my altar. I am, you know, I think I'm probably going to say a prayer at on the summer solstice at Fairy Fest as well, because I think, like I said, I've been using this cloak when I've been praying as well. It is a sort of ritual, and I'm taking it with me, so I'll be able to wear it and sort of invoke the Morrigan there as well, and hopefully there'll be some other people who will like to join me, which would be really cool if we just have a, yeah, if you're going to Fairy Fest, let me know in the next 2 weeks. We got, is it 3 weeks? Yeah, we've got like 2-3 weeks before Fairy Fest, and if you're going, let me know and we will arrange to do a little meeting or prayer or something, because I've never done a group prayer or anything of that kind, and it might be good to just pray to the Morrigan and have a little blessing sort of thing, and maybe one of you might want to lead it, because I would probably muck it up spectacularly. So but yeah, if anyone is going to Three Wishes Fairy Fest and you want to do that, let me know and I will organise something, because that would be cool, very cool. Thank you again for your continued support. Please keep sharing the love as ever. I am still doing tarot readings, £10 a reading. If you want one, let me know. Thank you again for listening to my rambling. Hope you've enjoyed this of me sharing my experiences with the Morrigan. Thank you ever so much. If you're going to Three Wishes Fairy Fest, like I said, let me know. I'll see you there. I'm not sure if I'll make a video between now and then. I might do, but then again, I might not. I'm hoping to get some footage from Fairy Fest, and it'll be all crackly and a bit wibbly, like this is because I don't have a decent camera, and I'll try and chuck together a video for you. And if we do a little Morrigan blessing, it might be good to get a little footage or some photos and stuff, and I can share that with you. So thank you ever so much for listening. I hope that if any of you are working with the Morrigan or any other god or goddess, that you are enjoying your journey. Please share with me your journeys and your experiences, because it has been so interesting and fascinating to learn about it. I will put in here as well the link to Morrigan blogspot, Call of the Morrigan. It's a brilliant blog page with people can share their experiences, and it has been fantastic. And a poem of mine is on there from a few weeks back, so a month ago actually. Thank you ever so much for watching and listening to me rambling on, especially in such poor light, but I wanted candlelight. It felt right to do this video by candlelight, and I'm sorry that this video is late. All my videos lately seem to be late. You might not even get this until tomorrow morning if it takes forever to upload. So thank you very much. Positive energy and blessings. Goodbye.